I've watched the years roll by like headlights, fading fast on an open road. I learned how to carry the silence, learned how to shoulder what I couldn't hold. Every room I've ever lived in still knows the sound of your name. Like love leaves fingerprints on the walls, nothing's ever quite the same. Try to outrun the echo of us, but it always knew my pace. Forever lives in you, in everything I do, in the way I still believe in love. When the night cuts through, I let go of the life we planned, but not the truth I knew. Time can take almost everything, but forever lives in you. I've held new days, new conversations, smiled when I was supposed to smile, but some part of me still measures time by the distance of your goodbye. You taught me how to feel the moment, how to stand when the ground gives way. Even now when I hear your voice in my head, it still knows what to say. Some love doesn't need to stay, just needs to be real. Forever lives in you, in the scars I survive, in the quiet strength you left in me just by being in my life. I don't need the ending back, I don't need the proof. I carry all that mattered most, 'cause forever lives in you. If I'm remembered for anything someday, let it be how deeply I love, how I learned to be better, braver because of us. Some hearts don't leave when they're gone, they just change their shape. Forever lives in you, every breath I take, in the way I still reach for the light when the dark won't break. And if this world forgets my name, I know one thing's true, I lived a life that mattered once, 'cause forever lives in you. Forever lives in you. Streetlights hum like they remember us. Silver halos on a midnight drive. Your window down, hair in the quiet wind, saying nothing, feeling alive. Parked where the river bends east, let the moon do all the talking for us. Your hand found mine without a reason, like it always knew where it was. Every second slow to a breath, every doubt slipped out of my chest. Heartbeats under moonlight, dancing in the hush of the dark. Two shadows learning how to listen to the truth inside their hearts. If the night ever asks me where I belong, I'll answer without a doubt, right there in your arms where the world fades out. Heartbeats under moonlight. We spoke in smiles and half-made promises, afraid to name what we felt too soon. But love was loud in the spaces between us, like thunder wrapped in a tune. Your laughter cut through my defenses, soft as a prayer I didn't know I'd say. Every scar I tried to hide before you touched and it drifted away. Time held still just long enough for me to fall in love. Heartbeats under moonlight, every fear finally undone. When the past went quiet and the night leaned in, I knew you were the one. If tomorrow ever tries to pull us apart, I'll remember how it felt, two souls keeping time in the silver dark. Heartbeats under moonlight. If the years get heavy on our shoulders, if the days forget how to be kind, I'll take you back to this moment where your heartbeat answered mine. Some love doesn't need a sunrise, some truth only shines at night. Heartbeats under moonlight, still echoing deep in my chest. Through changing skies and passing seasons, this is where I rest. And if love is just a fleeting spark, let it burn me through and through. I'd live a lifetime in that quiet dark, with heartbeats under moonlight. Under moonlight, with you. The house still knows the sound of your footsteps, even now when the rooms are quiet and bare. Dust in the light feels heavy with moments, like love never left, it's just hanging there. I trace our years in old photographs, corners bend where we used to begin. Every smile held a promise we believed in, back when forever was easy to win. Time kept moving, I stayed the same, still calling you by name. I chose you in every lifetime, every road my heart ever ran, the borrowed days and the weight of goodbye. You were always a plan. If love survives beyond the moment, if souls don't ever forget, I'd find you again through the ache and the years. I chose you in every lifetime, yes. I've learned how to live with the quiet, how to sleep with the light turned low. Some nights your voice finds the darkness, like it never learned how to let me go. I've worn other smiles, other faces, but none of them fit me right. Every love felt borrowed and temporary, just shadows compared to your light. Every dream still leads me home, even when I'm alone. I chose you in every lifetime, every storm I couldn't outrun. When the world felt cold and the fire burned out, you were still the one. If heaven remembers our chances, if fate still carries regret, I'd lose it all just to feel you again. I chose you in every lifetime, yes. If I come back as a whisper in your sleep, or a song you don't expect, if your heart ever skips for no reason at all, that's me you're feeling yet. Some love doesn't fade with the seasons, it just waits beyond the pain, like a truth written deeper than memory, calling out your name. I chose you in every lifetime, before I knew your face, through broken years and second chances, through time and space. And if this life was all we were given, still I'd make the same bet. I'd love you past the end of everything. I chose you in every lifetime, every lifetime, every breath I get. The words between us, let the quiet say what it could. Every glance was a small confession, every pause misunderstood. You trace circles on the table, like you were learning how to stay. I was scared to name the feeling, afraid I'd scare it all away. But something in the way you smiled told me I was safe tonight. Love wrote us gently, line by line, in the spaces between our doubts, in its own sweet time. No grand promises, no fire and flame, just truth we didn't need to defend. Love wrote us softly into forever, and taught our hearts to bend. We build our days from simple old moments, coffee cups and shared mistakes, learning how to read each other, knowing which silences to take. You saw the cracks I tried to hide, didn't call them flaws or shame. You said, that's where the light gets in. And I was never quite the same. I stopped guarding every scar, let you see who I am. Love wrote us gently, without a sound, in the way you said my name, like you meant it now. No dramatic turns, no closing scene, just a steady hand to hold. Love wrote us page by page in truth, worth more than gold. If the years grow heavy on our shoulders, if the ink begins to fade, I'll remember how you looked at me, like I was already saved. Some love doesn't need a headline, it just needs time to breathe. Love wrote us gently, here and now, through changing seasons and second chances, we're still finding out how. And if the world ever asks our names, I'll smile and say amen. Love wrote us quietly into each other, and I let it ride us again. Yes, I'd let it ride us again. Like a story doesn't need an ending. Night's been long, but you're still beside me, breathing soft like the world's at rest. All the years that tried to divide us fade away in this this quiet breath. Your hand finds mine without asking, like it's done 1,000 times before. If this moment's all we're given, I don't need to ask for more. Time can take what it wants from me. Just leave this right here. Give me one more sunrise with you. Let the light find our skin. I don't need forever promised, just this moment again. If the day comes hard and the road runs out, I'll still feel blessed and true. All I'm asking from this life is one more sunrise with you. We've said words we couldn't take back, carried silence like a weight, but love survived the broken chapters. Learned how to bend, learned how to wait. Your eyes still hold that same belief that pulled me through my darkest days. Every scar feels worth the journey when I see you look that way. I don't fear what's coming next, as long as you're here. Just one more sunrise with you. Coffee cooling by the door. I'll memorize the way you smile, like I never did before. If the world decides our time is done, I'll know what we went through. I had more than I deserved, with one more sunrise with you. If tomorrow asks me who I loved, I'll answer without regret. Some souls don't need a lifetime to be fully met. Let the morning come slow and golden, let it find us the same. Give me one more sunrise with you. Let the sky turn new. I'll face whatever waits beyond with the strength I learned from you. And if this dawn's the last one we see, I'll still say it's true. This life gave me everything, with one more sunrise. One more sunrise with you. We were written in the quiet moments, in the spaces words don't fill. Every look was a small confession, every touch a promise still. The radio played our reflection affection, late night songs we swore were ours. We didn't know we were memorizing every second, every scar. Time kept asking us to change. Love kept telling us to stay. Our song never ended, it just faded low, like a melody you still hum without even knowing. So the world kept turning, pages bent, but something always stayed. Our song never ended, it just learned another way. I've heard new voices, different rhythms, tried to dance to other sounds, but nothing ever hit me deeper than the truth we never drowned. Every road I took kept echoing with the harmony of you and me. Funny how love keeps its timing, even when it won't agree. I stopped asking where we went wrong, started hearing where we still belong. 'Cause our song never ended, it still plays at night, in the way I miss you softly, in the way it still feels right. We didn't need a perfect ending to say what it all meant. Our song never ended, it was too honest to be spent. If the years ever circle back around, if our paths cross unaware, I'll know you by the silence, by the way my heart stops there. Some love isn't meant for closure, some truth just stays alive. Our song never ended, it lives in me, in every note of who I've become, and who I still believe I can be. And if this life never plays it again, I won't pretend it's gone. Our song never ended, it's been playing all along, all along. Your keys were already in your hand, code halfway on, eyes on the floor. We'd said the things that cut the deepest, words we couldn't take back anymore. Felt smaller than it ever had, like even the walls were holding their breath. I stood there running out of reasons, wondering if this was the end. I didn't ask you to stay, didn't know Nothing held back, nothing left unsaid. Your hand was shaking when it found mine, like it wasn't sure it belonged. Then you looked at me through the damage, and I felt hope come back on. Sometimes love don't need the answers, it just needs one more try. 'Cause the moment you turn back, I could breathe again. All the cracks we tried to cover finally let the light in. We were standing on the edge of done, seconds from the cost. I still trust in us because of the moment you turn back. If the road gets heavy again someday, if we forget how close we came, I remember the sound of your footsteps stopping halfway through the pain. Some love survives by walking away, some by turning around. And the moment you turn back still lives in me. Every doubt that almost broke us taught us how to believe. We're not perfect, we never were, but we chose the hard, honest path. I love you more because I know the moment you turn back. The room was heavy with unfinished sentences, coffee gone cold on the edge of the sink. Your eyes were tired from holding back questions, mine from pretending I didn't feel a thing. We've been walking a line made of silence, every step afraid of the fall. The clock kept daring us to say it, like time wanted answers from us all. Every word felt dangerous, every pause a loaded gun. But the night we didn't break, we learned how to stay, held on through the shaking. When walking away felt easier than faith, we were standing in the fire with nothing left to fake. Love found its voice in the dark that night, the night we did suspicions growing. I said I was scared I'd lost myself. Truth came out like a slow confession. No blame to give, no one else to tell. We stripped it down to the honest parts. Every fear laid on the floor. Turns out love don't need perfection, just two hearts brave enough to be raw. We stopped trying to be right and started trying to be real. 'Cause the night we didn't break, we finally saw that love's not loud in the easy moments. It's quiet when it's hard, with our backs against the wall. We chose not to escape. We found our ground in the middle of doubt. The night we didn't break. If the years come heavy with questions again, if the road gets rough and the answers change, I'll remember the way your hand held mine, not letting go while the world rearranged. Some love is forged in the softest moments, some in the hardest test. And the night we didn't break still lives in me. Every scar we didn't give each other taught us how to believe. We were seconds from the edge of goodbye, but we chose to stay. I trust us now, 'cause we survived the night we didn't break. The night we didn't break. The night we didn't Never talked in grand declarations, never swore the sky would stay blue. You just stood there in the quiet moments, doing what you said you'd do. When the nights got heavy on my shoulders, when my faith was paper thin, you didn't try to fix the damage. You just took my hand and let me in. I learned the truth of what love means in the calm of where you are. It's the promise in your touch, saying I'm not going anywhere. In the way your fingers steady me when the world feels unfair. No words sworn, no lines rehearsed, just trust I could believe in so much. I stopped being afraid of tomorrow. promise in your touch. I've seen love burn out loud and reckless, leave behind a trail of blame. But what we built was slow and honest, never asking us to change our names. You saw the parts I keep guarded, the doubts I never say out loud. You didn't flinch or turn away, you just stood your ground. Every time I started to fall apart, you held me right where I was. 'Cause the promise in your touch was stronger than fear. In the space between your heartbeat and mine, everything became clear. No rescue plans, no perfect words, just a love that stayed in place. I found my courage in the quiet truth of the promise in your embrace. If the years get sharp and the road gets long, if the answers don't come easy anymore, I'll remember how your hand felt in mine when I didn't know what I was fighting for. Some vows are never spoken, they're just lived. It's the promise in your touch, still holding me now. In every storm we didn't run from, and every time we found our way somehow. If the world asks what forever means, I won't need much. I'll point to the life we're standing in, and the promise in your touch. The promise in your touch. The space beside me still remembers you, even when the night pretends it doesn't care. Your sweater hangs where your body used to be, like you might come back for it someday, somewhere. I've learned the shape of an empty room, every creak knows your name by heart. Funny how the quiet keeps score of love long after two people fall apart. I've made my peace with letting go, but some things don't obey. It's what my hands still miss in the middle of the night, reaching out without thinking, still expecting you to be right there beside me. I can teach my mind to move on, tell my heart it's time to forgive, but my hands remember everything, they remember how to live. I pass the places we used to touch, doorways, corners, familiar ground. Every surface holds a memory, every silence makes a sound. I've shaken hands with new beginnings, held conversations I don't feel, but nothing fits the way you did. Nothing else ever felt this real. Time keeps telling me I'm fine, but time never held you like I did. It's what my hands still miss, every fragile goodbye, the way your fingers told the truth when words would lie. I can smile and say I'm past it, say I've learned to coexist, but my hands never learned to forget. They know what they still miss. If love lives deeper than memory, if touch leaves a permanent mark, then maybe this ache is proof we were more than just a spark. Some goodbyes don't break you loudly, they just stay. And it's what my hands still miss, even now. The weight of you in the quiet, the way we didn't need a sound. I've let you go in every way I can, still this truth insists my heart learned how to say goodbye. But my hands still miss. Yes, my hands still miss. We were careful with the words between us, like they might shatter if we said too much. Every silence carried a question, every glance was reaching out to touch. I'd been living behind half answers, you'd been listening for something real. Two hearts waiting on the courage to admit what they already feel. In the quiet, something changed, like the air was learning our names. This is when love learned to speak, in the space we didn't have. Not in perfect lines or promises, but in truth we couldn't deny. When the fear finally loosened its grip and the walls fell piece by piece, we found our voice in the fragile moment where love learned to speak. You said my name like it mattered, like it meant more than just a sound. I felt years of guarded distance come undone right there and then. I told you things I never trusted, to daylight or an open room. You didn't rush to fill the silence, you let it bloom. For the first time I felt heard without having to be loud. 'Cause this is when love learned to speak without without shouting or control. In the way your eyes stayed steady when I showed you my soul. No rehearsed confessions, no rescue scene, just honesty finding its release. We crossed the line between almost and real, where love learned to speak. If the years bring back our doubts again, if the words get hard to find, I'll remember how it started here, when truth finally broke the silence. Some love doesn't start with fireworks, it starts with listening. This is where love learned to speak, and I learned how to stay in the open, unguarded moment. I stopped running away. Whatever comes, whatever we face, I know what this means. We found something strong enough to last, where love learned to speak, where love learned to speak. Learned how to stand with my back to the world, keep my promises short and my walls built high. Every scar wore a reason, every smile a defense. I got real good at letting love pass me by. You walked in like you weren't afraid of the shadows I tried to keep out of sight. You didn't ask for explanations, you just stayed through the night. I thought straight men never breaking down, but you showed me another way. Part of me, the peace I bury deep inside. When I forgot how to feel without armor, you saw the man behind the pride. I was closing every door I could see, but you found the key somehow. You saved the softest part of me, and I don't hide it now. Living on borrowed courage, just enough to make it through each day. I carry the weight of old goodbyes like they were debts I still had to pay. You touched the places I wouldn't name, didn't flinch when my hands would shake. You held my silence like it mattered, like nothing in me was a mistake. Didn't try to change my past, you just gave me room to breathe. You saved the softest part of me, the truth I never let be seen. When my heart forgot its own reflection, you showed me who I'd been. I was built from scars and broken seams, still you reached for me somehow. You saved the softest part of me, and I'm not afraid now. If the world gets sharp and the nights get to drift back into my skin. Just remind me of the way you looked at me, like I was worth letting love in. Some hands don't just hold you together, they teach you how to stay. You save the softest part of me, the part that still believes in us. When I was losing the sound of my own heart, you brought it back with trust. And if time ever tests what we become, I'll stand my ground somehow. You saved the softest part of me, and I won't lose it now. I won't lose it now.